Disgraced WeWork co-founder Adam Neumann is at the height of tech news right now as he's managed to get a $350 million investment for his newest business venture despite his questionable past. Now, we're going to talk about that investment and about his new company, but first, I think we need to take a little trip down memory lane. So Adam Neumann started WeWork in 2010 with the hope of building a better co-working space for the new wave of remote workers and young people looking to get out of that corporate office life. The company was an absolute smash hit and made co-working spaces the new way for workers, especially young people working remote jobs. WeWork's entire mission was to make the new office of the future, which they hoped would make the workplace a more enjoyable place to be and in turn improve productivity. And it made sense, it was cool, and for a while it was working really well. The company grew at an incredibly fast pace, and in 2019 it was valued at an absolutely mind-blowing $47 billion after a large investment from SoftBank. But that inflated valuation had a firm reality check when WeWork tried to file its IPO paperwork and was heavily scrutinized for its questionable leadership and financial situation. This forced WeWork to delay its IPO and face the heavy allegations that it was being accused of. Now, after all this came out, the media gravitated towards Adam Neumann and his questionable antics, including but not limited to smoking weed on a private jet, serving employees tequila shots after discussing layoffs, and trademarking the term "we," and then forcing WeWork to buy it back from him for $5.9 million. And yes, you heard that right. He forced his own company to buy the word "we" from himself for close to $6 million. So you can see why people were starting to get a little bit upset with him. The plot continued to thicken as more issues surrounding Neumann's behavior and financial actions became public, with one fact really shocking the world. It was found that Neumann had been buying real estate properties and then leasing those properties back to WeWork to be used as co-working spaces. So WeWork's CEO also became WeWork's landlord, leading to a whole array of conflicts of interest. And all of these shady antics forced SoftBank, WeWork's biggest investor, to take control of the company and buy out Neumann at a $1.7 billion deal to have him step down as CEO and leave the company. Now, WeWork's current status is a whole different story, but what Adam Neumann is doing with his time and his money since being pushed out of WeWork is what's really shocking the tech world. Neumann is believed to have bought over 3,000 multi-unit properties since leaving WeWork and is now introducing his new company called Flow, which aims to offer residents community-style living with a focus on remote workers. And if that sounds extremely familiar, it's probably because Adam Neumann had a very similar idea called WeLive, which was a branch of WeWork that barely got his feet off the ground. And so the big news is this massive investment that Adam Neumann and his team received to make Flow a reality, or more so, who gave them that investment and why that's making the tech world so mad. VC Andreessen Horowitz released that they were going to be the ones giving Adam Neumann a check for $350 million for his new company, which, by the way, is nothing more than 3,000 multi-unit properties and a very vague website at the moment. Now, this news has really shocked the tech world for a multitude of reasons. On one hand, people are extremely upset at Adam Neumann for trying to work his way back into the startup world, and on the other hand, they're upset at Andreessen Horowitz for giving such an insane amount of money to a company owned by a guy who just tanked his last company just a few years prior. Now, nobody knows exactly how this company is going to play out, and it may end up being really successful. Adam Neumann may have learned his lesson from WeWork, or we may have another WeWork disaster, but only time will tell. And I'll make sure to keep updating you guys as further updates are made available to me. But with that being said, I'm Brody from Mantra, the Web3 Professional Network, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.